Stormwood and Associates is a production of the Nerd and Tie Podcast Network. For more podcasts from actual play to true crime to witchcraft, go to nerdandtie.com or join our community on Discord by finding an invite at nerdandtie.com/discord. In pursuit of a stolen magical object, Stormwood and Associates Field Team 623 stepped into a tear between realities and vanished. They found themselves trapped in another plane, facing a reality that was not their own, and driven to avoid dark forces they don't understand. And so, Team 623 finds themselves leaping from world to world, striving to put right what they find wrong, and hoping each time that their next jump will be the jump home. Stormwood and Associates stars Celeste Star Twin as Dee, Gen Proc as Obi, Trey Dorn as Amy, and Becca Johnson as Liz Stormwood. Previously on Stormwood and Associates. So the team is at a Northwoods resort somewhere in the Wisconsin Northwoods in the middle of a unending rainstorm. Has it been raining for 3 days? Has it been raining for 6 days? Has it been raining for 5 days? No one is actually sure. We've gotten contradictory answers from the locals. Anyways, the team, upon emerging this reality, immediately hit a deer with the truck, which is not great. Thankfully, there was a resort nearby called Pappy's, in which there is a supper club and a lodge. And in the never-ending torrential rainstorm, the team made it there safely. The power, though, is out from the storm. Thankfully, when they got there, Pappy had a generator running, and gave them a room to stay for the night, and with that, the team settled in to an evening in in the resort lodge where they met Mindy. Well, technically, Dee met Mindy for a second time, and Liz met Mindy. Just really met her. Just fully got to know her. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Know what I mean? And while that was happening, in the next morning, Dee got the owner of the resort to pull the truck out of the ditch, and pulled the truck up to the lodge. And right now, because they have onboard power, they are now powering the fridges for the restaurant's kitchen, so the place's food doesn't go bad. And they're using that as kind of repayment to Pappy to let him stay there. Pappy has driven off to go get fuel for the generators, and left the resort for a little while because he's got to go the long way with the bridge out to go into town. So Pappy's off, and he's going to be gone for a good chunk of the day. And Dee and Obi and Amy were down in the restaurant having breakfast. Dee made weird jokes about Benedict Cumberbatch in regards to her eggs Benedict. And Liz and Mindy were finally heading downstairs and maybe coming up for air. And so we bring you back into the Pappy's supper club, where our team is now gathering back together as Mindy and Liz enter the restaurant. And yes, it's still raining. I mean, food's pretty good, dude.
I'm liking it. Hey, hey, look, back from the mission to Mars.
Oh my God. She's not from Mars, D. You have to stop.
I met her on Mars, though.
She met you on Mars. Would she say that you're from Mars?
No, but that's because I was, on a spaceship to get there. Like, as far as I know, she lived there.
But she got there on a
Martian.
spaceship.
I don't know that.
Why don't you know that?
She might have lived there the whole time before we were there. I didn't ask how long that Martian colony was there.
Why would that be how it worked? Explain this to me, D. Why would that be how it worked?
That Martian colony was set up pretty dang well. Like, to the point that there were, hair salons and just places to socialize.
Right, because Earth was destroyed.
Yeah, all the more, but everyone was so comfortably set up there. That to me indicates that these people are living there. They are Martians now. Perma-Martians.
D?
Yeah.
This is a weird way to look at things. So, Liz, you are entering the dining room.
Yes, I am.
You see the team is kind of sitting around a table.
Okay, I will go over to them.
Mindy kind of follows behind you, a little quiet.
Oh, great.
In that awkward moment where you just hooked up with somebody and now you're going to go try to socialize with their friends.
Hi. Hey.
Hey.
So what's for breakfast?
They got the kitchen kind of open. If you put in an order with, I forgot the name of whoever was supposed to be here.
You know her.
I did not write that down.
Just cut it in from the last
Is it
episode.
Monica? It might be Monica. I'm going to say it's Monica.
That sounds right.
Yeah, it was an M name.
Yeah, I think it's Monica. I have a name Monica in my notes with nothing about who she is. Yeah. Let's put in an order with... listeners, if you remember the name of whoever I said was working here right now, good for you. Yeah, no, it's... if you put in an order with Monica, they'll make you something.
Ooh, okay, great. Yeah. So, any progress with the truck, or do we need to go take care of that?
Truck's outside. It's parked, and we're currently powering the kitchen.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah, we're the reason that the food is like, well, warm and stuff.
Well, we're the reason why the food is available and not being thrown out.
To be warmed, yes.
Yes, because the stove, the propane based.
Well, good work. Wonderful. So.
Hi!
So, Total Recall.
What?
It's just thinking about movies.
Okay.
Obi's gonna, look around Liz at Mindy.
Okay.
Hi! And do a little wave.
Hi, Obi.
My name's Obi!
I know we met last night. You told me.
Gen forgot. Gen is sleepy and forgot many things.
Yeah, no, you met her last night, had a whole conversation.
Okay, Obi will point to an empty chair next to him. Come on! The chocolate chip pancakes are super good.
Okay. Mindy sits down next to you, Obi.
Okay.
Starts looking at the menu. So yeah, this isn't awkward at all. I don't know what you're talking about. Amy's just kind of like... sort of saying
There
that
are
with a
ways we
smile.
can actually make these things awkward. If you really want, I can make things awkward. Ask anyone here. I'm good at making things awkward.
Liz has her face like half buried in her hands.
So, anyways, Amy's just sort of like...
Yeah,
The rain's weird, right? Like, I'm not from the Midwest, but this is weird, right?
I mean, a lot of rain isn't like a weird thing, but though it's weird that it's this long.
yeah,
Like for weeks at a time, like that's weird.
that is weird.
Yeah, have they said it hasn't let up at all, or just...
I mean, it's Midicos. Like it's gotten like it's let up in the sense sometimes, and it never stopped raining, right? Like, but sometimes it isn't quite as hard, but then it gets worse, and then like the winds will pick up, and then they'll let down, but like it's non-stop.
Okay. That sucks. I can work with that, though.
You
know,
can work with that? What can you do with that?
I mean, I don't have an answer yet, but like, we're a team. It's what we do. We figure
yeah, you
stuff
don't
out.
have your storm orb, do ya?
That was an alternate universe.
One of you has the Orb of Storms?
No,
No,
had.
The Orb of Storms is like, that's a really powerful magical item.
Yes,
Yeah,
an
I'm
alternate
an alternate
version
universe
of the
had one.
had an Orb of Storms. Doesn't anymore.
She was super duper based and was just trying to do something about income inequality. And
She was destroying countless people's lives.
countless rich people's lives.
No, like
Super based.
no, like 14 rich people and thousands of poor people who can't get to work anymore, whose basements are flooded.
I think you mean whose basements are flooded.
I suppose, sure.
Dee, why are you defending the evil you?
I feel like we've all been really judgy, like as who among us, if given a powerful artifact, wouldn't abuse it?
Mindy raises her
that's
hand.
just...
Obi raises his hand.
I mean, like, I could literally do so much stuff that I don't do every day.
I just feel like there's got to be a way. I just feel like there's got to be a way to lightning bolt a rich person without destroying houses of the poor people who live
Oh, you
nearby.
could totally use the Orb of Storms for that.
Yes, exactly.
It'd just be a lot of work.
She doesn't like work.
Yeah, no, like, if you were looking for a shortcut, it's just like rain. But, like, you could, like, craft a spell using the Orb of Storms to just, like, lightning bolt someone's house. Absolutely.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but like, how much magical training would you need to know to do that?
I mean, it's not really so much training as it is just reading. I mean,
Well,
you
there
might
you
want
go.
the
It's not gonna
Amonte
happen.
scrolls. You might want the Amonte scrolls. They're on display in the British Museum, I think. They're mislabeled as Iranian. It's really weird because really they were Sumerian.
So we gotta... So in order to, like, to exact, like, proper revenge, like, to do that research, you'd have to steal from some other people who stole from people.
Yeah, but wouldn't
That's
that
what
be
you're
like
telling
the
me?
whole vibe?
I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, it's
yeah, I
good.
mean, yeah. So what you're saying is that she didn't go far enough. D.
Yeah, I guess so. Like, she could have gone further.
She should have robbed the British Museum.
as everyone should, honestly.
You know,
I'm
if you had
not-
the Orb of Storms, it would be pretty easy to, like, rob the British Museum.
I'm just saying that it's hard for me to look into a evil mirror image of myself and not wonder if I would go full Death Note if given the opportunity.
I mean, you absolutely would.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
What are you talking about? The only thing stopping you right now is the lack of means.
The reading.
Like, I would say that, like, the translation of the scrolls would be harder, but, like, they're fully translated, right? Like, it's just sitting there in a filing cabinet in the British Museum.
Oh, jeez.
Dee, when we get back, I can help you, do the research, and we can maybe get access to the Orb of Storm somehow.
Oh my gosh, we get home and I can just make the world a better place. I can Death Note the 1%ers.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Aren't the Stormwood family technically 1%ers?
Look.
Too late. You agreed to my project. No takesies backsies.
Okay.
Because, like, they wholly own the Stormwood and Associates. That's not, like, publicly traded.
Right. Yeah, I know.
That's why it was so easy for Hollowell to take over.
So how long are we
That
here?
feels not great.
Yeah, how long are we here?
Did anyone take a look at it?
I forgot to check.
I genuinely don't remember if D checked.
I don't think
I
so.
definitely
Last
did not
episode, we
check.
definitely did not check.
Well, I know we didn't check
We have
when we
no
first showed
idea.
the truck, and then D got in the truck, drove the truck, moved the truck. I mean, in theory, any of you could go walk outside right now and look in the truck.
I'll go check.
Thanks, Abby.
I remembered, but I wasn't there.
Obi scoots out to the truck.
All right, you got to the truck. You've got about a week. If I said something else in the previous episode, ignore it. You've got a week.
No, you didn't. I for
Okay.
sure remember that.
I only listened to I've listened to all except for 20 minutes of the previous session because I listened to the part where we've released, obviously, and then I re-listened to the last 5 minutes before this session so I could pick us up. So that's why I've got some foggy details. Yeah,
So Obi runs back in.
We've got about a week.
Oh.
Okay. Well, I guess we could see if there's anything weird with this rain.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm down. I don't know how we would check that, but I'm down.
Yeah, we don't have access to the internet right now. The phone lines are out.
I mean, there's a little bit of a library.
Are there books in this place?
Okay, so there are some. I mean, yeah, there are probably some books, but I don't know. Most of it's Harley Quinn romances. And,
Yeah.
you know that. I will remind you all that when you met Mindy, she was reading a newspaper,
Ah,
the Peregrine Times.
There's a newspaper.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
that sounds like a good start.
Yeah, there's a big stack of newspapers over there. Oh yeah, I was reading. Yeah, no. I think it's a newspaper that comes out twice a week.
That's a lot of news.
Great. I would like to go over there and do some research.
You're gonna do some research.
Dun, 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 dun,
Dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun. All right.
5 minutes later.
Research montage. Liz spreads the newspapers across the table. There are a couple of issues that fall within the time period. There are 2 issues that fall within the time period if you're looking for. There are reports on the weather. There are maps. There are pictures of radar images. So you are researching. What are you looking for in here?
Anything about the rain. About
Yeah, I mean you find stuff about the rain, so I just want to know what we're trying to find in that.
Yeah, and then about like anything that the people have said about how it's weird. Anything about new people who have come to town. Anything about
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so new people come to town there isn't really a lot about that because it's a tourist town, so there are new people in town every single week.
Right.
Okay. You do find a couple of articles about the in the 2 issues. There in each one there's kind of a feature about the storms because they're so weird. They do seem to have started about a week before you got here. I think probably the inconsistencies is just the size of the storms has been increasing. So, like, there are parts of this place that have been covered by storms for, like, 6 days. Some of the areas only been covered for, like, 3 days. Like, it's just been getting bigger and bigger. The storm does seem to kind of have...
Is it centered somewhere?
It sure does seem to be, like, kind of centering around an area, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And what is that area?
I mean, it just looks like a random spot in the woods off of one of the roads, off of County Highway D. No relation.
Lol.
Okay.
I'm very funny.
Okay, so this is interesting. The storms definitely seem to be centered around this area here in the woods. It's pretty consistent. This isn't how weather works. So I would say we should investigate there.
Okay.
All right, but how are we going to get there?
How far away is it?
It's a couple of miles.
Right.
Because right now our truck is powering this resort.
Yeah.
And Pappy's not going to be back for a few hours.
Well, like, does anyone have, like, do we know anyone here with a vehicle we could borrow? Do you have a Mars car?
I have a Saturn.
Close enough.
Why can't we just hike?
I mean, we could, but it's raining pretty hard. It's going to be pretty gross.
Then you wear a rain slicker and some galoshes.
Yes, we could do that. I'm sure there's going to be some hiking involved anyway.
Yeah, it's not right, like, immediately off the road.
Mm-hmm. Mindy, would you be willing to drive us out there?
Yeah.
Or could we borrow your car and Whichever, whatever.
I mean,
You
it's
decide.
I don't want to like. If you guys are doing a thing, I don't want to like jump into like your thing. Like, I mean, this is like
Right. Okay. Great.
I don't want to like invite myself along with your friends while you're doing something.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, but I can I can lend you my car.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Great.
She gives you a very old looking set of keys.
Okay. Thank you.
A very worn remote. Yeah, no, it's the cold Saturn outside.
Okay. Great. Yeah. We'll bring it back.
Okay,
Thank you.
I'll be
Yeah.
I'll be here.
Great.
She gives you a quick kiss.
Okay. Yeah.
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 Okay.
Liz and Mindy sitting in a tree.
Amy just sort of quietly laughs to herself. All right. You guys are gonna go outside.
Yeah.
All right. Parked in the lot as you step outside into the rain is a 1999 Saturn SL2. It's a small four-door Saturn.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. It seems to be in good condition, but it is very much a late 90s Saturn. It tiny. It is four doors, but it tiny.
Okay. Great.
Shotgun.
I'm going to retrieve my sword from the truck.
Is it okay for me to drive this thing? I mean, like, I'm not insured for this.
You're not insured anywhere in this reality.
I mean,
You're not insured
true.
in any of the realities we've been in.
Yeah, it's just if I, like, fuck up Liz's new girlfriend's car, it's gonna be really awkward.
I will fix it. I'm good at fixing this stuff.
And that's true.
I trust in your abilities, Deep.
Yeah, you've only crashed the car once in this universe. Amy gets
You know,
into
I
the
normally
passenger
don't crash
seat.
things at all. Just saying. Blaming the deer.
Amy's already like buckling up in the in the passenger seat.
Oh, okay.
Obi stopped by the truck to grab one of those like super compact foldable ponchos.
Okay.
And if he can find a pair of galoshes, he's grabbed those too. And he's gonna put it on right away, and so he's gonna crinkle into the back seat.
Oh wait, let me.
Yes. That's what Obi sounds like for the rest of this. Whenever he does something, he crinkles.
I'm ready.
All right. Well, gang, let's roll.
Did anybody bring a map?
Yeah, I have
Okay.
the paper.
Okay.
Okay, which way am I going?
This way?
I'm assuming you're pointing at the road out of the resort to the road.
Yep.
It's just a turn. Like, there's only one way to go right now.
D starts driving the one way.
All right.
I turn here.
Okay.
You turn
Okay.
onto the main road. Roll me a D10, D.
All right. Beep beep.
Stormwood and Associates is a production of Nerd and Tie. You can find more information at nerdandtie.com/stormwood. You can also find us on social media at Nerd and Tie on Twitter, nerdandtie.tumblr.com, and facebook.com/nerdandtie. This podcast can be subscribed to on anywhere that major podcasts are found: iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, and quite a few other places, and anywhere that takes an RSS feed as well. Hey, while you're still here, let me tell you about another podcast on the Nerd and Tie Network, and that's Let's Be Legendary. Let's Be Legendary, the Fey Wild West, is a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons actual play game, so an actual play game like this one, but like, you know, in a system people actually use in the real world. Set in a homebrew Wild West steampunk world, the Fey Wild West follows two people discovering what it means to be in a relationship, all the while seeking revenge and learning the truth of their pasts. Let's Be Legendary podcast is an LGBTQ+ podcast with both main and minor characters, as well as players falling under the queer blanket. A heavy RP game with a focus on story and characters, and you can hear it every week here on the Nerd and Tie Network, and you can find all of their subscription information and links at nerdandtie.com/legendary.